It's officially 3:33 p.m. and we are off the clock. Welcome back to The Girls That Get It, where we navigate entrepreneurship through the quadruped theory. I'm Shakila, also known as Kai.
I'm DJ Junius.
And I'm Ashby Hunt, but the girls call me Ash.
I legit was about to follow in it, but I didn't want to do it wrong.
Right.
I legit was like, let me just stay right here. So it ended up being a laugh.
You could have did the other one.
Yes.
I'm looking for some hoochie daddies.
I'm out here in Miami.
Looking for
Who
the
is Hoochie Daddies? Who is that? Whose song is that?
Girl, I don't know. These
Sexy
children.
Red.
Sexy
I think.
Red.
Yeah, I think. Don't quote
Where
me.
those girls that get ratchet?
Pound Town.
I
I think it's that girl. Okay. So
Oh, yeah. She said, you like my voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's cute. Okay.
Okay, you guys, we're back focused. We are back for episode 30. So excited. 3 episodes away from the big episode.
I wonder what we're going to do for that.
I don't, yeah, right. What is Kai even talking about?
I'm like, it's so much hype.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is about to happen in this episode?
Yeah.
What's your plan?
What's your
What's your
plan?
thought?
What do you
offline.
see?
I'm gonna tell you guys offline.
Oh, okay. She
Yeah,
got a
I was
vision.
thinking about it the last few days because we're coming off of InvestFest, which was an
Amazing.
amazing time.
Yes.
So I've been thinking.
Okay.
I've been
Well,
in my creative space in my brain.
when you actualize
Let us know.
please
Tap us in.
tap us in.
I already got it. I don't know if y'all gonna go for it though.
Oh, Lord.
We might should just show up, DJ.
I'll be there.
Just show up in your,
No,
in
for
your
sure.
outfits. Just show up in your
We'll
outfits.
be there.
Yeah, she might not need to tell us.
That's what I was just
To
thinking.
get us to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just show up.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So we are starting with our wins. What's been your wins for this week? Well, shit. Our win
Was
our win.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
your
group
win is
win.
our win.
it's a win. It's a group win.
It's a group
Yeah.
win.
Tapping into that energy that was InvestFest.
Yes,
Yeah.
our second Invest
Annual,
Fest, yeah, which was the reasoning all behind GTGI was the first one, right? We were so motivated by our first go round that we created
A
this
podcast.
magic. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what were some great takeaways?
You're going too far. She's going too far.
Always too far. Well, I'm always just like last year in Dunlap. His is he?
Panda,
He's
panda,
the
panda.
what is he the?
Red Panda.
No. But what is it called? He was the what is it called when you're the? You are the main speaker. What's it called?
Headliner.
Hello.
Headliner. Anyway, he's always gonna be the fave. He was
For
my
you,
fave
yeah.
last year. He's
Yeah.
the fave this year.
Yeah.
Always.
You get your hype.
Yeah, Red Panda.
Yeah.
Out here.
Mine's for me would definitely be MG, the mortgage guy, because, I'm interested in real estate. And I was really impressed with the knowledge that he gave us last year that I felt like he was like so free and so open about sharing some stuff that a lot of people probably wouldn't share. So I'm always impressed by that. And then I was also really impressed by the fact that how it's grown since last year, right? And so many people that were involved, they kind of tapped more into like different areas,
And
Still
different
not
industry.
beauty, but
they just don't know.
yeah, but I enjoyed it.
Same.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. We're still on that high, right?
We riding that wave. And next year, don't stay at home. We'd like to see you there. So we build up a lot of hype around it. We want to see you at different events in the city, but definitely tap in here.
So I hope you guys enjoyed all the content that you've seen from InvestFest. Following us for those couple of days because we really enjoyed ourselves. We're coming
had
off
a
of it at
blast.
such a high, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The experience is top tier.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 recommend.
Yeah. So if you haven't gone in this last 3 years, you should definitely make sure that you make your way on year 4 because it's only gotten better, and
You wanna
this
be
is
in
our
the
second
building.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to be in the building. It's so amazing.
Inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a good vibe to be around.
Yeah.
So that's our win.
That's our win.
That's our win.
But what's our side eye?
Our side eye.
Yeah.
Our side eye.
Who tried it at the event?
You gotta say that for Patreon.
You tried it at the event.
Oh,
Girl,
That's
what
funny.
happened?
Right.
Maybe it's not maybe we're on a high, on such a high, nothing gets a side eye.
we don't have a side eye this week, right?
Yeah, so
That's
we just gonna
good.
say.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So
We
we're
right-
just on such a high, right? From our weekend that we're just, woo.
We're owning this space and not
Literally.
letting nothing take us out of that bag.
Yes, for sure. All right, you guys ready to get started?
Yes.
get
All
into
right,
it.
it's officially 3:33 p.m. and we are off the clock.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You ever hear something so good? I ain't had nothing to drink that made me feel like that in a long
In a
time.
minute.
All right, so this episode is going to be quite interesting.
Think so.
Huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the topic today is conquering your fears. Basically, we're trying to tell you guys to do it scared.
Do it
Right?
scared.
Always do it
sad,
scared.
Do it mad. Do it angry.
Do you guys remember 2 episodes ago when we were on that tangent? Yeah.
The
It's,
Nike
it's
just
made
do
it.
it.
It's
Yeah.
made it. So let's talk about it. Conquering your fears. What are some fears you guys have in regards to business, life in general?
Mainly, it's, everything. Honestly, this
I mean, putting yourself out there
putting yourself
in front
out
of the
there.
camera
Failure
is a huge
for
fear.
me. Failure.
Fears of fear. It's really putting yourself out there, and it's not based off of the feedback that you're gonna get. It's just literally doing the thing.
Yeah.
It's your mind slowing you down.
Yeah. You know what I was
Paralyzing.
going to say? You know, some fearless people, I don't think it's really fearless. Everybody, you know, like you cannot 100% be fearless, right?
It's
I
a
consider
mindset.
myself fearless, but one of my fears is failure. Does that mean, does that make sense? Like I don't have a fear of doing, but I have a fear of failing.
Yeah, and so sometimes for people will encourage that will encourage procrastination because
Right.
they're afraid to fail, so they
Yeah.
won't even try.
Yeah.
So absolutely, that's a real fear.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a time where I had like a huge fear in life, in entrepreneurship. I wouldn't quite say fear, but frightened.
Yeah,
Going on your own and like really trying to figure out, am I ready for this? Like, do I have
Yeah.
the full on knowledge? Like, should I be doing this? That type of fear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every major milestone, like in my life, or every major accomplishment, started out with fear for sure. Leaving corporate,
Yeah.
and then going off on my own.
Yeah.
Every single step. This podcast, every step has
Yeah.
investing shit. Like
Yes. That, first of all, that's
Real
more than a
fear.
fear.
yeah, so
That's
everything
motherfucking
started with fear.
horror story.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
A lot of times, like whatever that fear is, whatever you're scared of, most of the time that's something that you should be leaning into.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Tap into that though.
Seriously. I've had, I do be scared. I'm probably more scared or more fearful, but I try not to think about it and just do the thing.
Yeah.
And not like lean into that fear because I'd be petrified. Then I get more scared once it's done.
Yeah.
And then it's just it's a mindset, and I honestly think the fear comes from wanting it to be right.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the failure, but just the outcome of it to be what I anticipated or what I had planned out or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just, but I definitely feel like there is something healthy about having a little bit of fear because it makes you kind of perform.
But just
at
imagine
a
that,
top
like
level.
the best thing about fear is that once you get over fear, think about the personal growth, the resilience, in having that fear.
Yeah. I think I don't think you get rid of that feeling if you genuinely care about the thing.
Yeah, and if you keep leveling up.
Yeah.
Every level is going to have that.
Anxiousness attached to it, right?
Well, one of the things to that point, I wanted to say, some of the fears are rational, some of them are irrational. So also knowing the difference is important. Different types of fears would be fear of failure, like you said, Kai, fear of rejection. One of the things that I think is big for me probably is like fear of looking dumb, like just looking dumb. Especially when you're doing it publicly. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
this
really
for
putting
instance.
yourself out there. Yeah,
it's
right.
like,
Or the unknown, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what's coming.
And I think a lot of people fear being a beginner. I think that's another
That's
thing that
a
kind of holds people
huge
We've
back.
tapped into that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're so worried
Being
about
a
the outcome, you
beginner
won't even start.
or even the transition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the transition in general is like, are people going to accept me in this space?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Definitely.
That
You
looking dumb.
gonna take what I give you.
Yeah, that level up, you'll have that imposter syndrome.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
That's more of what it is. Right there. It's that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yes.
The origins of those fears.
How they manifest in our thoughts and stuff.
Yeah. What would you say?
Like, where do you think? Well, upbringing.
For
sure.
Yeah, upbringing. Previous failures.
Yep.
You know, or
not giving yourself grace, or like really like identifying why that didn't pan out the way, or did you do the work to get? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can come from so many different ways too, and then just a lack of confidence in general.
A lack of what do you say?
Like the representation, like seeing it
Yeah.
before.
That's what I was
seen it
just about
done.
to say. The representation.
Yeah. That could be like strickening though.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of why a lot of times in our community we will regurgitate the same ideas.
Yeah.
A bit, because it's like I've seen that done.
I know the outcome, and that
Yeah.
seems attainable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit, and feeling like you don't even deserve it in general. I feel like fear can turn into like not feeling deserving of a situation. Like you're really fearful of it, but you're trying to make it seem like you're not qualified. You don't deserve it. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Why me, or why would
yeah.
that?
Right.
So self-sabotage, right?
Yes.
Would that be self-sabotage?
Yep. And it's almost more comfortable to go that route than to experience the fear of doing something new and going through that process.
Right.
Or talk yourself out of it before it starts.
What are some fears that you guys have had and gotten over?
Sitting here, and I don't even know that I'm over it yet.
I believe that.
You get what
You
I'm
don't think
saying?
you're over it?
Friend, not as much as you probably think I am.
Really?
Yeah. I show up, I do my job. You get what I'm saying? I enjoy what I'm doing, but petrified. Like,
oh my gosh,
that's so crazy, right?
I thought we were past that part.
I mean, it's day to day, but it's still
because it flows.
Yeah. I'm comfortable. Yeah, I can tell my level of comfort is higher. Obviously, I'm with you, girl, so it makes me even more comfortable and confident because I know
you're not
y'all
doing it
won't let
alone.
me
For
do-
sure.
Yeah,
Y'all won't let me do dumb.
No.
But
Or we just go look dumb together.
Why did I start thinking about the last episode before we started? I'm looking at her like, I hear you, but
Right.
no, seriously. But yeah, it's just facing that fear. Like, although I feel that, I drive my butt over here and I get, you know what I mean? Like,
and you show up.
You work through those things and you just do what you need to do until it's not a thing.
Yeah,
Until I'm just linking with the girls.
yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes
I mean, it's kind of like we said, do it scared.
Do it scared.
Yeah, like do it scared because at some point
Something's gonna click.
we've all been scared, right? We've all been scared at some point, and all had to tap into being fearless, and they're just doing it. So I was gonna say even like there's different levels in it, right? So like of course like the beginner, and then when you feel like you're comfortable, you've got this, you've gotten your like stride or whatever, and then it's like boom, something else happens and you got to go to the next level. You're scared on that, so it's never going to be a situation where you're just 100% like fearless at all times. Like there's no
anytime you're doing something new.
yeah,
It's like it's
and I feel
uncharted
like,
territory.
Yeah, and I feel like the most successful people go through that as well.
Absolutely.
We just don't see it, you know?
Yeah, because it's private. But I think there is a certain level just of like stupid arrogance to not.
Yeah.
I feel like when you feel those little butterflies in your stomach before you're doing something or whatever, it is just genuinely because you care.
Because you care.
You care about the outcome, not necessarily like what you're doing. You just care about it being done properly.
Yeah.
And you're going to do what you need to do to give that all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that moment.
Yeah.
So sometimes, in my opinion, fear is healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess sometimes we probably confuse or conflate like fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that anxiety is just like excitement, it's brand new, versus like actual fear.
Fear, yeah.
Yeah.
You're just being courageous, right?
Right.
So
Wait, what you mean?
so I'm thinking, so a lot more of that fear or the fear that we're talking about is more associated with anxiousness,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. It's like, of course, like, okay, like what you were saying about starting the podcast. Yeah, it's fear to be perceived. It's fear in actually doing this and looking crazy or being brand new or being exposed. But then there is angst that is associated with it too, like in the actual moment, so. Yeah.
I think the real basis of it all is just being courageous.
Yeah.
Right? So there's going to be fear. It's going to be fear in all aspects of life at every level up, every moment, whatever. But what makes it great is that you're courageous and that you are not necessarily being fearless, but like, again, you're just doing it despite of, despite of the fear.
Absolutely.
So having the courage to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really adapting that do it scared mindset.
Yes.
Will get you through those anxious moments. Like nobody's not doing it without any type of angst, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, even taking small little like ideas of saying, okay, maybe saying it out loud. I'm afraid to do blah, 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 because I think blah, 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 but I'm going to do it because I want to succeed for blah, blah, blah,
this
blah,
area.
da, 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 and just say what your goals, what your dreams are, and putting that together and kind of making it a mantra will definitely help.
So like reframing the fear as a catalyst for like growth.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
For sure.
What have you done in through your angst and been able to like see it through to the other side?
You know me. It's just kind of like
I definitely know you, but I'm trying to.
I literally just do it,
But what have you done? Not saying like I know that you're gonna get it done, whatever the task is. But give the girls one example of something that like threw you off and you wanted it and you were scared and you still went through. Because Kai definitely has that. I'm gonna do it.
I could definitely take it back to turning down the opportunity to go to University of Oregon and leaving Portland, Oregon, and going to Maryland to a small HBCU. And I had some family there, but family that I've only met one time in my life. And to go 3,000 miles away from home and be a big girl and say, I'm going to do this. This is what I want from myself. The reasons why I wanted to move is because of blah, 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 blah. And I know that I'm going to be successful, da, 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 da. So it was like, I'm just going to push through and do it, like, scared all the way. And I think that even though I have been somewhat of a fearless person my entire life because of my upbringing, I feel like that was the one time I really had to
exercise on
the fact of, okay, you say you got this, right? You ain't
scared.
Stand on that
shit.
You had to stand on it. That was the one time.
You had to stand on it.
That was the one time. And I felt like that moment was the catalyst for the rest of my life. It was like, if I could do this,
anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
That's huge. Moving away from family.
Moving away from family as a child. Because
yeah.
18 is not an adult. I don't care what nobody
that's
says.
A kid.
That is a kid.
Yeah.
And so I've always anytime that I've made big, huge like strides or decisions like that, I've always go back to, if you could do it as a child, you could do it as an adult. So, yeah.
That's exciting. I just wanted you to give that because you do have a fearless personality. So I just wanted you to give an example of when you really had to exercise that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say this, though. Even with those decisions that I've made, I always try to make it seem, I've always said, it doesn't have to be perfect, just do it. But developing this business with you guys and this friendship with you guys, it's given me an opportunity to slow down a bit and to kind of reframe my mind of saying, like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be right. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we definitely we move slower than normal.
Right. But it gives me an opportunity to say, okay.
This is what Amy, okay.
Yeah. It's also like it allows you space to do the things that you need to do for yourself, too. Because I can't imagine doing the roles that we all do. One of us. I can't imagine doing that myself.
Yeah. We want to start by expressing our heartfelt gratitude for your continued support and loyalty to the show. You don't even understand how much it means to us. So thank you so much.
By following and subscribing to our podcast, you become an invaluable part of our community. Your support ensures we can grow, expand, and reach even greater heights.
So we kindly ask you to hit that subscribe button and follow our show across all platforms. By doing so, you allow us to bring you an elevated listening experience.
And your involvement plays a pivotal role in the shaping of our show.
So please like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Thank you for your unwavering support.
We love you! So I want to take it back to like our upbringings, or just people's upbringings altogether, and how that can play a role in how you limit yourself and how you see yourself, and what limiting beliefs that you've put on yourself, not even based off of your actual feelings or fears, based off of what other people see.
Yeah.
And you are spoken to you. People didn't actually like speak life into you. And not necessarily because they didn't believe it, but
maybe they didn't know.
They didn't know.
You can't give what you don't have.
You can't give what you don't have to give. And I just want to tap into like how limiting your beliefs could
really just alter everything for you.
Yes.
Yeah. And also too, it gives you that space of like not giving yourself grace, or feeling like again, like you're not deserving.
So what are some things that you can do to talk yourself out of something that may have been spoken into you for like 18 years if you stayed in a traditional home?
First thing you have to do is identify
identify
what those limiting beliefs are,
and then determine if it's true or not. If it's not true, then it doesn't apply. And I know it's not that simple. But once you realize that it's not true, it's not fact, then at least you can start there on rolling back that mindset.
And talking to yourself and asking yourself, why do I don't feel deserving of this? What makes me less deserving than other people? I just feel like having real conversations with yourself, and maybe leaning on other people to say, hey, can I speak to you about blah, 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 so that maybe somebody else can give you a different perspective. Yeah.
And I guess that is a large part of the fear too, is like even opening up to let people know that I am, I'm vulnerable in this area. I don't know. I'm not necessarily confident. I don't know if this is the right way. I have a fear about this, but not because I'm scared to do it. It's just I'm scared of the unknown.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just opening up to people, or people that you admire, or mentors or peers, or people who you invested in their knowledge.
Yeah.
Like when you go into those situations, be prepared to say what the truth is on what you need from this situation and what you're actually experiencing, because you can't gain anything if you're not being honest with yourself and whomever you're speaking to about like what the actual fear is, or what the actual angst is, or the problem is.
Yes.
So
I think that's why it's so important for people that have made it, share their experiences with us.
Yeah.
Like at InvestFest, when the people that we admire, that we look at and we say, okay, they are conventionally very successful.
Yeah.
And when they share like their triumphs, and when they share their failures and their fears, it makes it so much more relatable for us. And it's like, if they feel that same thing, and I can do it, they can do it, I can do it. So I think it's so important.
Or similar past and upbringing.
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
I when you said that, it just kind of made me think about when we did see, not this year, but last year, speaking when Steve Harvey was the headliner. Just hearing his story, right, which I knew a little bit of, but just hearing some of the things that he hadn't achieved until he was like later in his 30s. And lately, when certain things get challenging or tricky,
his was like 40s and then again early 60s.
Early 60s.
Yeah.
It was some major milestones in life that he hadn't achieved. Until specifically he was 38.
Yeah.
So
into adulthood.
Yeah. And so when I be talking to people, I'm like, well, Steve Harvey didn't really have that until he was 38. For sure. So it's just not that I'm excusing myself on not hitting certain things. It's just a lot of people that I admire in the world that did it late. Yeah. And they still all right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And but the key thing about that is that they did it scared, and they were unstoppable and fearless, meaning like they did not stop. They continued to.
They didn't let their beliefs limit them.
Yeah, and they've had several failures along the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or let their upbringing affect their level of success.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or their mindset towards success.
So ultimately, we need to take action, right? Take action over our own lives. Take action over our own success, and make sure that we understand that all these little steps, even if it's like it's failure, successes, wins, losses, whatever, that it's just building the foundation to our ultimate best selves and lives, right? It's building confidence every single time.
Sure. Yes. And character.
Character. Yeah, character, yes. The 2 C's.
Yeah.
Character and confidence.
Character and confidence. And I do feel like there's a certain level of failure, not that you need to fail at anything, but it builds character. You won't even be able to celebrate the wins for real if you don't know what that other side feels like.
Yeah.
Would you really genuinely appreciate where you
wouldn't.
come?
Yeah, because again, those are like little stepping stones to become a fearless person.
Right.
Or to understand that, again, it may happen, but at the same time, I've had a foundation and I've experiences and examples as to what happened before where I don't have to experience again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think that's why it's important to like take those small steps, because then you have small wins along the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm scared, but if I break this down into little bite-sized pieces,
Yes.
I can have some small wins along the way.
Yeah.
And that will help build that confidence as well.
And you know, the beauty of that though is that when you have those experiences, that you can empower other people and be a light to others, right? So
For
it's
sure.
kind of like,
Even though you may not see that.
Yes.
You
But
may
that's
not-
important. You got to be able to share it though.
Yes,
You
that's
got to
the
be
part.
able to
yeah.
feel comfortable,
Yeah.
you know,
Sharing.
to share that, because
That's tricky.
it's very vulnerable to share with people those failures, especially in today's society.
Yeah.
Where everything looks so glossy.
So just like
Yeah.
you were just saying, like, you know, doing the podcast in itself, it was a fear of yours, but now it's kind of like more of a comfort zone, right? So it's like, it's still some fear in it, but you're still more comfortable in the fear, right?
And the fear.
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable with that anxiousness that I feel when it's time to shoot or whatever. Yeah.
And then I feel like eventually, say for instance, we get to episode 46 or whatever, 49.
It might not
it's kind
even
of
be
like
a
a
thing.
sense of resilience, right? So it's kind of like, it's not a thing, but even if it is, it just still feel, it's like, I know what it feels like to be fearful in this moment. And I know
I'm not at that level.
I'm not that level.
Yeah.
And I know what it feels like to kind of get over that hump, right? So it's kind of, like I said, it builds resilience.
You're building that muscle.
Yeah.
It's like the more you tap into it, the stronger it gets.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
That's in everything.
For
That was
sure.
in last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. Every single thing.
Every
Yeah.
single thing.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I remember a client that I was doing later in my tenure, you know, like year 1, year 2, when I branched out on my own. She told me the first time she met me, which was at the home salon that I learned in. She was like, you jumped out of the room real quick and ran to the bathroom. And she was like, I wasn't following you in the bathroom, but I wanted to come in and kind of speak. And she was like, but once I entered the bathroom, you were in the stall, like on your knees, and I could tell you were praying. I was like, literally, because I was shaking so bad over that girl. And I was like, I remember the prayer. I remember it was like, Lord, if this is something you want me to do, please calm me down, because I am sweating from everywhere. And I don't know how to keep my body still.
Yeah.
But I want to do this. I want to be successful. I want to be able to get through this set, legit, just this set. Help me out without having the shakes. And I didn't even see her when I exited the bathroom.
She left. She gave you that space.
Yeah. But she told me like years later, I was like, girl, I was completely petrified because it was new and I wanted to succeed. And I wanted to know that if I could do this, could I make a business of it? You know, I saw the business part of it, but I never even looked at the task as a challenge.
That's
Until
emotional
I was in it.
resilience. That's emotional resilience.
Yeah, and you're exercising that, but you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think, too, for me, I'd be grateful that I don't necessarily know what's going on in that moment, because I think I could overthink everything and talk myself out of everything. So it's just like in those weird moments where I don't know what's happening, but I know I want to be calm and I know I want to be still. I'm just glad I got the wherewithal just to kind of just do it. Just do it
and
scared.
stuck with it.
Yeah.
Do it scared.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Do it completely scared with your armpits wet.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys have mentors?
Yeah, I had a mentor
Definitely.
there. with
So
me.
did you seek support with your mentor?
Sure.
Yeah.
Still
For
had to
sure.
do the task though. That
Yeah.
was-
Yeah.
That helps though a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So we always talk about building a network, right? And I feel like that network is a really good support system. I always, clap for you guys when I say that you guys built a great, became a part of a great Lash network. You know what I mean? Like you guys have those people that you can communicate with, lean on and whatnot. So I just feel like getting in those right rooms, surrounding yourself around people that you can kind of bounce things off of will be also great. There's fear in growing that network too, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
For sure.
The easiest way to do it, honestly, is book a class. You
Yeah,
are in a
gotta
room.
pay your way.
I mean,
you got to pay
that
your
is
way.
not. That's always been on top 5 for GTGI is paying for classes, paying for an experience,
and
paying
usually in a room with a bunch of like-minded people who want to achieve some of the same things. You might go about it a different way or a different route towards that.
Yeah.
But if you're in a class setting or a learning room or a learning setting, you're usually surrounded by a bunch of like-minded people. Mm-hmm. Who are easy to connect with and are there pretty much for the same reasons that you are.
Yeah.
So it's easy. It's easy. I won't say it's easy to build, but it's easier to build off of that.
Yeah.
Versus just going at it on a social media type of way.
It may sound kind of crazy, whatever, but I just feel like taking accountability for your own fear will help you so much.
What do you mean by taking accountability for your own
I understand that, upbringing plays a fact, past experiences, past failures and things of that nature will affect you having the fear.
Yeah.
But I just feel like taking accountability to say, okay, yes, I'm a fearful person. I'm fear of this, but I'm going to push through. I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to let things that have happened to me shape my experiences and shape who I am. And I'm just going to go for it. I don't want to be this person. I want to be this type of
change.
person. Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to push through and be accountable for my own fear.
That sounds great in theory, right?
Uh-huh.
To me. But I'm just saying, it sounds great in theory, but it just sounds like Kai being fearless.
Well, so think about this, though.
I'm sure that
if
the
we take
world would be a different
fear
place.
out of it, right? Say, for instance, somebody was raised by an abusive parent,
right?
And then so they have had all these things happen to them, and so as they grow up, they keep talking about, oh, my mom did this to me when I was little. She did this, she did that. I experienced this, I experienced that. At what point are you going to say, all these things happened to me, but I do not want to be a victim of my past?
That might take years and years and years.
Yeah, that might take years and years and years. And that's what I was gonna say. I think therapy. Yeah.
So what she's saying is just sounds like great in theory to
especially when that hasn't been your experience.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel a little bit. When I was younger, I used to be like, that could never be me. And the older you get, you start seeing it. Never say never.
Yeah.
But it's like I can't even fathom what I would have done in that situation because those aren't my shoes.
Yeah.
So it's like not being so arrogant to believe that you would have handled the situation so much differently.
Right.
Because you don't know.
No,
you
so
literally
it's not the situation. It's more so on taking control of your own life.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I would have did this, I would have did that. It's just at some point, something has to click to where it's like you have to say enough is enough.
Yeah.
No longer will I be a victim. No longer will I allow people to do this to me. And no longer will I allow just like emotions and feelings and fears or whatever, right? I know that everybody's not probably able to do that, but I just feel like it's helpful to take control of your own life.
Absolutely. I mean,
and at least try.
To control the things that you can. You have to be able to take control of the things that you can.
Yeah.
But also kind of what Jay was saying, it's a little bit easier said than done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's so far removed from, I think, all three of our
it would be interesting for us to have a guest to tell
really
that story.
On that. It's like we're speaking
that might be that particular like topic may not be the thing, but it's just the analogy of it all. It's just like taking control of your own life.
Right.
Basically. Yeah.
I get it. I totally get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you.
Yeah, and then it's just like you can't. I just don't want to be a slave to anything. It may not be abuse, but I'm just saying I just don't want to be a slave to anything that has happened. Any past mistakes that I've made, poor choices that I've made. I don't want to be a slave or a victim to any of that stuff. So I just feel like it's just for your mental health, for your spiritual health. You have to, at some point, take control of your own life, even if it's not going to be perfect. It just is a situation of not being a slave to those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that level, what you're talking about, I think that taps into like the ultimate confidence. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I control this and this and that. And it's like when you're ultimately confident all the way around, it's easier to get to that space.
But everybody is also too different because two people can come from say for instance, like the hood, right? Grew up on Section 8, grew up in the projects or whatever. Give an example as Lavette. So with her story, she was talking about all the things that she came from. She came from nothing, right? So people can come from the same type of things, but it's just like the mindset of that one particular person who decided that they experience all these things, but they want different from themselves. So they took control over what they could for their own lives.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I guess my thought with that is how much of that is free will and how much of that is destiny. You know, like how much of that is like free will and versus destiny. Like she was even 2 children born in the same household. You know, you're making different decisions today is going to take me down a different street than it took my sibling, my twin. Like if we're making different decisions throughout the day, anything can lead, this one thing leads to the next thing, leads to the next thing. This is making up my life story. My decisions are based on, my outcome is based on my decisions. I mean, your life can be turned upside down or in a positive way or a negative way at a moment's notice. So I don't know.
But keyword, your decisions.
Yeah, but
there are things that also happen that are not your
decision that completely flip your life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it. I totally get both of you guys' perspective, but I just also think that it feels different coming when you haven't experienced it. So it's just that accountability for yourself. Sometimes for people, it's you just don't know what you don't know. You know, they don't know that they're not looking outside of the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't know that there is something on the other side. Also, when we speak about Lavette and she telling us her upbringing and coming from nothing, something showed her. Something was shown to her. That made her know that it was different.
This is possible.
People,
totally get it.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of like the tone of what this topic was, which was limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
So
you're saying just step outside of it. If you want more, go for it. You want different, be different.
And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But you tried.
You tried.
Yeah.
And then what gives you the willpower to keep trying?
When you're self-driven, you know, like I said, everybody is not the same. But at the same time, I'm just like giving some sort of perspective on it.
Play by play.
Yeah. So it's just
I'm just asking you.
No. No, I'm saying just in general. So I'm just saying like it's just a trying thing. Life, that's life in general.
Yeah.
So whether you're playing on this level or the next level, whatever the case may be, the decisions that we make and the success that we want for ourselves is no different than somebody who's a millionaire or billionaire because
they just got taking
they trying to, they're taking choices, they're taking whatever, they just playing with
more
money than we want.
Higher risk.
It's more high risk.
More stake in the game.
I mean, there's no perfect way to be and there's no perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't
give your best effort.
Give your best effort.
Like what you were saying, like taking accountability for your own life, like the things that you can control, no matter how big or small, like whatever you can't control in your day to day, be on top of those things. Yeah. There are some things, I guess, in life for people that, you know, is out of their control. Kind of, I guess.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. So it's like
your mom using your credit when you were a baby.
Well, yeah.
I grew up with somebody like that.
You know, like
five children in the house, and all 5 of their credits was effed up by the time they left home.
Yeah. So I guess in that situation, the choice would be to like, that's not irreparable. You can repair that. Yeah. So it's like the things that you can control.
It's gonna be super hard.
Yeah.
But it's just like because that happened to you. Don't let yourself feel like you don't deserve better.
Right.
This is just your life. And you're just gonna take what somebody gave you.
You got bad credit for the rest of your life.
Yeah. You don't have to.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
For sure.
And once all that is all done and you've done the hard work and you've made the sacrifices and you've made the decisions and you've pushed through the fear and it all, celebrate the victories. You know, that is huge for GTGI as well. Celebrating those wins, feeling victorious, right? Feeling like a winner is so important for everybody to feel.
No, I love that. Feeling like a winner. That just struck something in me. Seriously. I don't know that I've felt like a winner.
Yeah.
And I feel like a winner every time I make a commitment to myself and I keep it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Winner.
I think winner.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm a winner.
I guess that's a good one. I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. Winner feels like such a big word.
It's such a
well, yeah, because it's not a competition. It's not a challenge. It's not a jackpot.
Yeah.
But
You won.
I think a Wheel of Fortune.
Absolutely.
Not Wheel of Fortune. What's the other one? Price is Right.
Price is Right. I'm done. Get your ass. Tell
Like,
your
you really
tell your
jumping up and
age
down
without
like,
telling your age.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So learning from challenges, and like you said, you feel victorious anytime you've made a commitment to something.
And I guess
you've
that's
seen it through.
why challenges work so good for me.
Yeah. I can see that.
It's like if I can make the
I'ma stick to
commitment.
that one.
Yeah, like I think, shut up, Kai. That one challenge that didn't come to fruition.
No.
No, because I run from them. You run to them and I
You
run
run
from
to
them.
them. I know. I run. Every time
Yeah.
I talk about a challenge, I walk out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said that.
It's like the thing though, is like it helps with the accountability part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as you lean into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And that helps you.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes for me, I'm happy that I'm there, right? And I'm just doing the things. But it's more like I just want to show up. Sometimes I'm in my workouts or I'm doing the things and I'm so zoned out that I don't check the numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know the length of time. I don't know the meters or nothing. So once it's over, I'm just like, I did what I
don't really, now that I'm at OTF, I really don't anymore. I used to, every time I leave, always wait for the email to come up or go to the app.
Yeah,
and see.
that was so much fun. I remember when I used to do that.
Yeah. So now I don't. I just, I do my workout and I feel great about my workout. Yeah.
No, I definitely check my stats.
Yeah.
But I'm not keeping up with it to report it.
Yeah.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's for you.
Bored eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll say probably June and July.
Have been born.
Yeah, I was just like, I mean, in the end of July, I just kind of was like, you know what?
That's 'cause
I've never taken more than.
Well, that's because I feel like it's time for you to go to the next level.
It is.
You've
That too.
exhausted this level that you are. So
That's
it's
a
time
fact.
for you to go to the next level.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact for sure.
I was pretty bored Tuesday too. Well, you know.
Yeah.
It's just certain coaches kind of push you in different ways.
Yeah.
But no, you're ready.
Yeah.
It's time,
It's
baby.
just identifying.
But look,
that
identifying what that next thing is, and
Yes.
then also the fear.
Yeah.
The fear of like,
Being
am I
new.
backing out on myself?
Right.
Is this the old me showing up? Is that, you know what I mean? Am I really gonna lean in?
No, this the new you.
I know, but
this the new you saying,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's that irrational fear.
hey, yo, shawty.
Trying to get my attention, right?
right. How long you gonna be up here bored?
Right, exactly. No, y'all, that you're correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long you gonna commit to this?
Yes. So again,
But you know, it's like that thing when you find something that works, that's finally successful after all this time. It's like,
you hard to let go.
It's
hard to
scared.
let
I'm
go.
scared.
So
yeah.
yeah.
So we gonna push through the fear.
We gonna
push
push
it
through
Don't
the
tap
fear.
in
Yeah.
next episode to see if Ashley's pushing through the fear.
We will.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Now you got me ignited.
Challenge.
Now I'm lit up.
The challenge is find a trainer.
Yeah.
Now I'm lit
Sign
up.
up.
Now I'm lit
Find
up.
the next thing.
Watch me do it.
All right.
I'ma watch. I got my eye.
So thanks for tapping in, you guys. I think that this episode was
helpful.
it should be helpful.
Oh well, I hope they're all helpful.
Yeah.
Cause that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
You let
Yeah.
me run.
Yeah. I think whatever it is that you are desiring to conquer or achieve is like just breaking down into small, bite-sized pieces and then just checking those off one at a time. And if you fail, you know, it doesn't mean throw the whole plan away.
Yeah,
Right.
don't throw the whole thing away.
No, don't scratch it
Just
off.
recalibrate.
Yeah.
And try to figure out, okay, that's stuff.
Yeah.
Let me remove that one and replace it with something else. Or let me call my mentor. Or let me call my auntie.
Let me
Or
do some Googles.
Let me do some Google
Yeah.
searches.
Yeah.
What is the trend on this thing? And recalibrate.
Yeah.
Or take
And
a
then
break.
hit it again.
Take a break.
That part
Take a
too.
break.
Take a break. Take a nap.
So getting back into OTF after like taking like 2 weeks off, last week I went and I started my new challenge. And when I was leaving there, because I kind of had fear going in there, like,
Just
restarting.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I left, I'm like, I'm so glad I forced myself to get up and go. And I'm like, it made me realize like a delay is not defeat. It's just a delay.
It's just a delay.
Yeah, it's just a
delay.
pause.
It's just
Yeah.
a pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just get back at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so next time when this happens, I'll be able to tell myself that. You know, I'll be
Yeah.
able to give
Not
myself that
defeat.
grace.
Yeah.
Look at you with the words.
Yeah.
You're a wordsmith.
Smith Snow, yeah.
Of that.
Y'all are crazy.
All right, you guys. Thank you.
Yay,
This was
love
good.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 30.
We love you.
Love
It's
you
29.
too. This is 30.
30.
Oh. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 30. We love you guys. Tell us what you guys think. Drop a comment, subscribe, share, like. You know the drill.
You know the things.
We'll see you in September.
Peace.
Oh, yeah.
The Girls That Get It has reached its final episode for season 1. 30 episodes. Wow, what a ride. We hope that during this season, we have been able to assist you to the fullest in all areas of the quadrifit. Yes, being mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially fit. We also want to say that it doesn't stop here. While we are gearing up for season 2, we will still be showing up for you and ourselves weekly, because we know being fit is continued work. Season 2 begins in October with a fresh new 30 episodes and some amazing guests. If you have any suggestions on guests or topics, please send us a line. With love, the girls. Hey girl, thanks for listening. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.